What is one accomplishment you are proud of?
Accomplishment that I am proud of.
That I am proud of.
I'm really proud of.
I'm very proud of.
That I am proud of.
I feel like my biggest accomplishment
One accomplishment I'm really proud of is being able to take on new challenges, not being afraid to take on these new challenges, and learning and growing so much from them.
Recognizing the fact that my mental health is also as important as my physical health and other things, and that I was able to learn how to prioritize and know when to also take time for myself.
Despite the quarantine, I was able to keep growing. Growing in the sense that I am implementing new habits into my life like working out and waking up early. It gave me a sense of productivity and accomplishment.
How I found my agency as a woman, my center, my inner voice, because with that I think I've come to realize and understand the world around me even more.
Learning how to play a song on my guitar.
Having a general sense of who I am and what my personality is like. This includes my likes and my dislikes and the kind of people who I tend to gravitate towards.
The fact that I was able to find something that I genuinely love doing, which is writing, and just constantly improving my skill in that area to the point where I can finally write things that I can say I'm proud of.
Cooking my family dinner, and specifically it's kimchi cheese fried rice, and this happened during the pandemic, so it was during quarantine. And the reason why I'm proud of it is very simple. It's because it made my family happy. And as we all know, food bonds people together. And to create something or a reason for my family to bond over is already something that I am very proud of.
Not giving up even though the odds were against me.
Making good relationships.
He played in Japan for my football club, representing Philippines in a Japanese tournament and being the only Filipino team that got invited. It is most fulfilling because I was the first choice of goalkeeper and I performed really good.
Learning to better myself mentally and learning to appreciate the little things in life more.
I was able to share my love for dancing, which is something I'm really proud of.
If any of you out there know Hollow Knight, and yeah, much respect if you do so, I've actually managed to achieve pure completion on that. You know, the game's pretty massive and there's a lot of places to explore and a lot of things to do, so being able to complete a game fully that big, you know, I'm pretty proud of that.
So I finally upgraded my turtle's enclosure from a very sad, very unfortunate 10-gallon tank to a 40-gallon one, which is awesome, and I'm so happy about that.
Having more self-awareness lately and just acknowledging my strengths and weakness and who I am as a person.
Having the courage to be able to immerse myself in things outside of my comfort zone, and being able to do so really widened my horizon, and I guess it would definitely help me in my future endeavors in life.
I consider my patience as my biggest achievement. Each life that I touch and each expression of gratitude that I receive is a driving force that pushes me to move forward with my mission.
The pleasure to work with previous and current student council officers, batch officers, class officers, and several project heads.
Teaching myself how to code.
Making more friends both because of and despite the ongoing pandemic.
That will be my current job, which is being a teacher.
I was able to change myself for the better when it comes to my academic studies in terms of passing my requirements or when it comes to studying for an exam or quiz.
Being able to train and communicate better with my dog, and in return, she has been my emotional support the whole time.
Being able to pursue my professional growth by enrolling my graduate studies, supporting myself, at the same time being able to provide to my family.
Being able to identify my flaws, which has led me to self-growth and self-acceptance.
When I won a dancing competition in grade 4, I am very proud of this accomplishment because I made many people proud and I had to fight against really great professional dancers. And as me, in grade 4, I wasn't a very great dancer, but practice gave me a lot of new things to learn
I joined an organization that was not sanctioned by the school. It was an accomplishment for me because, as an introverted person, it was hard for me to step out of my comfort zone and do what I don't normally do.
I was able to speak and write better both in Chinese and in English. In Chinese, I was able to enunciate better the words and pronounce them more clearly in declamation contests, as well as learn more about the Chinese culture. And in English, I was able to appreciate more the art of writing, and I was able to take new perspectives in writing. That's why I progress better and better as time goes by.
Stepping out of my comfort zone. Because by doing so, I was able to achieve so much more.
When our swim team won 3rd place in the 50th WNCAA last March 2, 2020.
Graduating 6th grade. I'm most proud of it because it symbolizes that I've moved on from the 6 years of elementary school, which I've enjoyed and made lots of memories from.
Designed my dream house.
I am able to unlearn, relearn, and learn new things and different things in life.
How much I've grown as a person. I've learned a lot of things in this pandemic that I'm sure I wouldn't have if none of this happened. The way I think and manage things are better than back then. I know I have a long road ahead of me, but I'm definitely proud of how much I've grown as a person. I'm looking forward to how much more I can grow and how much more things I can do and achieve in the future.
Simply getting to where I am right now in life through hard work, grit, passion, and just staying true to myself.
Being able to help underprivileged students by participating in a classical music fundraising concert.
Learning to balance out my physical health and mental health. For my physical health, I usually exercise 1 to 2 times a day now. And for my mental health, I don't just study all the time. I give myself time to relax by gaming or maybe just taking a nap. So I feel like I'm balancing things out. And even though I'm super stressed, I give myself time to relax. And I think that also, fixed my time management, which I had trouble over before.
Being able to step out of my comfort zone and learning to take new challenges head on. Because of this, I am able to make the best out of every opportunity that I can get and live life without regrets.
Being able to get to know my family better over the pandemic.
Even though I'm not that smart, I still managed to cope up with my senior high strand. It may be difficult, but as long as I put in the work, everything will be fine.
Buying my own house.
Reading books. Before, I wasn't a huge fan of books. I would always find it lame and boring. And luckily, this pandemic allowed me to try something new, which is reading.
I am proud of being able to speak basic conversational Japanese.
I was able to participate and have a successful outreach activity that was outside of school. This was something that my auntie hosted, and it really made me feel good because I was able to meet other people and I was able to put myself in the shoes of all of those who are less fortunate.
I decided to take big leaps into fields that I wanted to, not because I had experience or because of anyone else, but because I wanted to chase my dreams.
Me becoming a better role model to my younger siblings. During this time of pandemic, we are stuck together the whole day, so I try to set a good example. And I'm proud to say that I have become a better role model to my younger siblings.
Losing the fear of judgment.
I was able to get real-life work experience by cooking and serving customers in a bar who exchange it with their tips and smiles when I serve them.
Being able to survive year 1 of IB because it paved the way to make me realize that through hard work, tenacity, and grit, I can overcome rigorous challenges that come my way. By overcoming these challenges, it made me believe in myself more and made me feel that I'm equipped to face the different obstacles I will encounter when I step out of high school. Along with that, it honed me to be a person who is willing to take risks and go out of my comfort zone.
Tagpuan namin ang God, ang Allah sa aming family, and we are praying 5 times. Sama-sama kami nagdarasal, nagsasamba 5 times prayer every day.
Accomplish all my tasks on time.
Getting to fix my sleep schedule and getting more sleep
which definitely helped a lot with the activities and the schoolwork that I do every day.
Not being afraid to try something out of my comfort zone or doing something that I want despite what others may say.
The relationships that I have built with my family and friends, because they're the ones that help me through everything right now. They're the ones that help me with studies, emotions, and everything. And they're the most important thing in our lives.
Be a president of my class.
When quarantine has started, I felt like I was doing nothing and I was wanting to do more. A friend told me to try joining organizations, and so I did. And this, I believe, is my biggest and my most memorable accomplishment. Through joining organizations, I was able to grow as a youth while being part of different families that advocate for a better future and for a better community.
I was able to establish an online bakery together with friends, and this year we'll be right back with new pastries to fulfill a blissful indulgence.
Raising my pet bunnies as one of the biggest accomplishments that I have achieved, because aside from receiving happiness, joy, and love, I have also learned a lot of new things.
I've learned new hobbies such as baking and playing the guitar. Although I'm not really the best and my progress isn't that consistent and linear, it's really fulfilling seeing myself grow by trying new things and taking the time to practice.
Being more accepting of my self-identity. This is because in quarantine, I've been reflecting a lot more about what's happening, and it lets me reflect about myself as well and improve as a person.
Getting where I am now, like becoming an officer and getting to grade 10, since that definitely wasn't easy.
Being able to learn something new every day, no matter how big or small it is, whether it be a hobby or something in school. I'm just very glad to be able to learn something new.
I was able to finally muster up my courage and take that leap of faith and join the JGT. Because I am not usually the person to join competitions that is shown to this whole school community. I will admit that I was very nervous, but this is an accomplishment I'm proud of, because despite all those fears of joining, I finally took that courage and joined, and I was able to gain a lot of knowledge, and I was able to grow throughout my whole JGT journey.
I was able to receive a certificate for being one of the top performers of the top performing group in a math CEM test.
Being able to uplift my batchmates' studies in this time of pandemic through tutoring sessions which I personally host.
My progress in trying to be a vegetarian.
Being brave and hopeful every day.
To become an educator for almost a decade now. I started teaching in November of 2011 in another school, and until now I have been involved in the education sector, as I've said, for 10 years already. There is this certain accomplishment and feeling in becoming a teacher and an educator and a formator, especially in St. Jude Catholic School.
I think that the most memorable thing that I've accomplished all throughout my life is that when I hosted a donation drive with my friends and family for the Typhoon Ulysses victims, I think that it was such a stepping stone, because I was able to reach out to many people, including my friends and family, to help to this donation drive, and it was really successful.